Hey everyone, this is Max. Welcome back. So last week we left off building that accordion, and this is where I actually would like to continue building it out. So what we're going to do today, we take this accordion and build from this individual pages using our CMS elements. So first we're going to really quick jump into how I actually set up my CMS elements. And then we go into individual pages, and ultimately also I'm going to show you how to do different layouts. Let's say we have as our first point maybe introduction to accordion, and as our last point to have case studies. Right now the order is a little bit different as you see on the screen, but we're going to change that in a minute. So however, I want to have a different design within like introduction than I have in case studies. And I'm going to show you how to achieve this with a very, very simple trick. So without further ado, I would say, let's jump right into it. Cool. Before we start, there was one last thing I noticed when I was building out another accordion for a customer. And this was here. The Tell Me More button wasn't actually clickable the way I set it up. So how does it look now? So we have this Tell More, but because I have a second click trigger, nothing happens if I click on Tell Me More, because it's literally laying behind my absolute positioned image, which is a problem. So how do we go about it? It's actually very simple. So we're gonna select Tell Me More, our little text button here. We go to the right to position, choose position relative, and choose any C index. For now, 1 is totally fine. And if we look at it now and open this, we actually see the cursors changing, and I can jump to the side. I can actually jump to the page where I wanted to go. So let's start building out those pages. Like I said, we're gonna start looking into how I set up my CMS elements. We go on the right here into settings, and of course, everything starts up here with a name. The slug is being chosen for you automatically usually. Then I have some basic info, which is the name, chosen up here. And then I have a description, which I already used in my accordion. I have those 2 images I used in my accordion. I have a ranking, which I use to basically rank the order. Then later on, for now, I have hero images, heading, a second section, and layout, which helps me to pull off my little trick to achieve different layouts within your CMS collection pages. Then I have a background color and a text color. That helps just if you want to individually manipulate certain contents. And you can, I have 48 fields left. I think that's more than enough to build out the majority of pages. Otherwise, you can get really nitty gritty in your reference. You choose a reference or even a multi-reference, but that is certainly out of that scope of this video, right? Okay, so next, let's really quickly jump into one of my pages. Oh, I actually didn't want to build out this, so let's cancel out. We jump into case studies. Here I have those pictures you've seen. I have a hero image, and here I have a background color and a text color. So what I actually wanted to do last time. So here I have my case studies. I wanted to jump into that collection list. I believe it is. And within here, I wanted to change my ordering, which I can use that ranking, which I initially set up in my CMS collection. So I'm going to rank from smallest to largest, And here we go. My introduction to Accordion is on the top and case studies at the bottom. I also wanted to actually highlight my case studies. So to do this, so where did I actually set the background color on this? I think I set the background color on this. Let me really quickly check this. So right here, I actually set the background color. So we go into settings and we pull our background color from that CMS collection we already set up. So not the text color, the background color, and we can get this. Oh, accidentally have two of those. And one more thing, like now I've got a black font, which I actually would like to change. So to do this, we can go into this individual element, and I also have like a second color, which is my text color, that will change what is in there. And let me really quickly change this text color here as well. All right, this looks much better. I want to really quickly jump into my introduction just to change this real quick. Go back on here, just remove those colors, basically. Save and go back to my page. And this is how it looks. All right, so I would say let's start with our first page, Introduction to Accordion. And we're gonna jump right into here. We're gonna start with this. So as usual, we get a main, not a main, we get a div and we call it main. I just really will go very quick about this. I'm gonna get a section, a container, and in there I will just put a div block in my section, which I call just hero. I will give it flex, vertical, center, give it maybe a height of 100, smallest viewpoint height, just to see what's going on. And my container already centering the content. So now what I want to do, I will maybe pull in a navbar just to have like a little bit of a heading. So where is the navigation bar? In here. It is somewhere here. Yes, there it is. And I just put it right underneath that main. It is very important that we fill this with a logo or anything else. So I want to get that hero. Let's see if we can actually pull a hero image into this. Get the background image from our CMS collection. All right, so we have a hero image. Let's see how this looks. Well, this looks pretty cool. So, and the cool thing about like building stuff with your CMS collection is simply because it builds all the other pages like automatically. You just need to set it up in your CMS collection. You can even, which I wanted to show you this. I forgot. For now, I just mentioned it before I jump back and forth. You can once you set up your CMS collection, you can actually export it as a CSV, fill it up with all the content you need, upload it, and within like no time, you can build like a large CMS collection, and within no time, you can build all those pages for your website. You just need to build them once, and they will automatically build themselves. Right. Next, let's put in some heading here, right? So we have a H1. Maybe we also have a paragraph. We want to center all of this. That's why we go into styles. We flexbox it. I just love flexbox. And center here. We click on our heading and go here, pull out our hero heading. Then we also want to really pull our hero description. So where do we have it? We have it right here. But for now, we have a little bit struggle to see what's going on. So I want to set a class in this, which is inverted. Is inverted, and we leave everything as it is. And here, just go for like a white font. And now we can use this on all text elements. Just let's make this a little bit bigger, maybe 64. Maybe before we do this, we should actually get rid of this. So now we can set it to 64. And the same here for our paragraphs, because we only want to set it up once, right? So this looks much better. And there's one more thing, maybe is like has shadow. So in this, I always recommend to really think about what you're trying to achieve. So like, I really like to work with like single combo classes to achieve what I want. So I set up always my basic text, and in the meantime, everything else. So here, just get a little bit of a drop shadow. I can't see what's going on. Yeah, Webflow really should fix this. It should recognize like once you're a little bit lower, that it's like pops it up on the other side. That would be great for sure. So what's actually going on here? Oh, I'm putting it on a div container. That is not what I wanted to achieve for sure. I don't know, like that is a very odd behavior. Well, not gonna fix this now. Like this is seriously very weird. I've never seen like that box shadow applying to the outer container and instead of the font. Like, do you see what's going on? Like, this is really weird. Whatever. Maybe we just do something else. We give this a filter, and maybe not this one. Well, maybe we don't. Maybe just leave it like this. Okay, because we have more things to do. So we get into another section. Let me just really quickly go in here. So in this section, I have a container as always. I have another div, and maybe, so let's check this out. So this section, I'm gonna make it a grid. I like a grid with 1 row, 2 columns, and I put 2 divs in here. So one is, I'll just really quickly call this grid, and here I call this text, and here I call it image container. And in this, I put an image. Good. So in this text, every text should have a heading. And there's a heading 2, and no, I don't want to leave that side, and a paragraph. We're going to pull all of this again from our CMS collection really quick. So section 2 heading, section 2 description. Then here, our image, we're gonna pull it. Let's see what we're gonna choose. We're gonna choose maybe one of the last images we had. And right here, just gonna center this, nothing too special. We can do one more thing. Maybe we can just get this a little bit of space. I'm not gonna bother doing REM today. Okay, just this is for the sake of demonstration, right? So we have built out this here. We have our header. We have our second section. All right. So let's see how it looks on the other pages. So here, maybe we have inclusive design. And as you can see, it is beautiful. We're just pulling everything from the other pages. It can be styled completely as you like. So last but not least, we wanted to change our case studies. For our case studies, we just want to have a different layout because maybe it's a contact page. Maybe it is something that is not related to the rest of the content. So therefore, we might want to just change something. And this is achievable with a very, very easy trick. I'm trying to hurry up. We're already recording way too long, 15 minutes already. All right, let's go. So we start with a div. So this div, you can give it a name. You don't need to. And technically, you just put everything in here. Let's, just for the sake of correctness, let's put in and call this layout 1, okay? So we can close out layout 1, we get another div, and we call this layout 2, right? So how do we build this? So we go into layout, we select our little layout here on the right, go into settings, and then we go to conditional visibility. It is a very easy trick. So we add a condition. And because, as you remember, maybe I mentioned like options. So when you set up your CMS elements, you might want to add one field that is called options. And in those options field, you can name it. And I named it layout. And you already see like what type of field it is here, image option number. And here it is equal to standard. Now here in this case, oh yeah, the top is equal to standard. So boom, it disappears because I previously said case studies is not equal to standards. Case studies is equal to layout 2. Right. So here again, I can do, oh, no, actually didn't want to add a div. I actually wanted to add a section. So here we can go again and container and a div and really build out a very unique page. Right, we pull another background image and how are we doing? Okay, hero image. So this, just to see really what's going on, we only put it like 50 smallest viewpoint height. Maybe here we also want a H1, we also want a paragraph, and maybe we also want an image in here, right? So we select everything from our CMS collection according to whatever we set up in the beginning. Hero heading. Next, then here we have our hero description, and we're gonna pull an image from our CMS collection as well. So let's see if we want this. Do we want this? Yeah, let's go for this, right? Width. So we do a 250 and 250 pixels. Oh, what am I doing? This is definitely not what I wanted to do. So image, am I going, can I change it? Yes, right. I really don't know what was going on here, but that's fine for now, just to make it stop looking that bad. Maybe 350, just so we see what's going on. So as always, I like to flex box this. All right, center, and yeah. Okay, so this looks much better. Maybe we want to have something like this. It is not very beautiful, but I think you get the concept of what I'm trying to achieve here. So now we have this page. So I literally started designing out in all the other pages. Let's look back into advanced features. All right, it looks different, right? Like, so what's going on here? That's not what we want to have. Did I actually design in the wrong layout? No, I didn't. So this here is settings. Layout is standard. Right, so let's go back into case studies and see if this is only visible when layout equals case studies. So let's see what's going on here. So nothing to see anymore. Maybe we didn't set it up correctly in our CMS. So here, layout is standard. All right, so layout is standard. Yes, we save our changes. Then design best practices. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. Layout is standard. Introduction to Accordion. And here we actually have case studies. So let's save this and go back to our page. Right, so now we actually see what's going on here again. So advanced features versus, versus case studies. And case studies should look different. And it does. So this is a super simple, easy trick how to set up different designs for your CMS collection. And we can jump back and forth between those different screens. Just use conditional visibility and options within your CMS, and you can build really cool individual CMS pages. Yeah, well, another kind of long video. I hope you were I hope you stuck with me for how long it lasted. Happy to have you here. If you like the video, please give me some thumbs up. See you next week for another video. Have a good time. See you. Ciao.